How's it going today, everybody? Welcome back to Outdoor Country Adventures. What we're going to be doing today is we're going to be trying to put in some food plots. We got a big hurricane they're calling for brewing. It's called Hurricane Erin. I think that's how they're saying it. Saying it's supposed to bring in a lot of rain and stuff, and we're going to try to get these food plots finished before this all hits in here. It's been pretty dry. We were holding off to wait for some rain to be in the forecast, and sounds like it might be a whole lot of rain in the forecast. So what we done in this field already, we bush hogged it. It's been about 3-4 weeks ago, and then about a week ago we come in and top scalped it with the rear tine tiller. We only went down about 2 inches. And what that does is you're not going down very deep and you're not turning the root system in. You're just scalping it, really just cutting it off at the top of the ground and laying it there and let the roots bake in the sun. And if you do that, it'll save you a lot of money. You don't have to use no herbicides or anything. And then you can come back and till it a little bit deeper, which will work your organic matter into your soil. And it just keeps building your soil up. So, but we're going to get out here today. It's about 91 degrees. Humidity's crazy. I don't know if we'll get to seed it or not in the middle of the day. We might just have to get the tilling done, get that tilled in. If it gets too hot, we'll come back in the evening and put our seed down. And that might be better off instead of letting the seed lay out here in the sun and bake today. So we're going to be planting, if you've seen last year, we used a mixture from Country Boy Seeds. They're just a small company, family-owned company, and they make their own blend. It's called Trophy Rack Deer Mix. It does a really good job. It was the only thing that survived last year. We planted I think about 4 different brands of other brands. We're not going to mention any names. None of them would have got a good representation last year due to the drought. Now, the Country Boy seed, I will say, was the only one that survived. I don't know how it made it, and everything else died, but it still didn't get a real good shake. The stuff didn't get too mature like it should have. So we're going to try it again this year. We are not sponsored by them. We're not paid to say this, so I want to let you know that. We're doing this. We want to test the seed out. That way, if we recommend something, you know we've tried it. We weren't paid to do it, so, and I know that persuades quite a few guys out there. I was in the hunting industry too long, and I've seen too many things. Money talks is what I'm trying to say. So, but let's get to it before it gets too awful hot and we ain't going to be able to stand it. So we'll see you here just in a few minutes once we get started. All right, we made it out here. This is what we call our garden plot. This used to be our old garden in here. It's just so steep. It doesn't look that steep, but this is like straight downhill here and you can't do nothing with it. And it's got really good soil and stuff, but you can see a lot of the organic matter. We've been cutting this and letting it sit here. It was full of clover and crimson clover, ladina clover, and a different other couple of clovers. And we had rye in it also. So should hold some good moisture, forget it. And right here's our Dunstan chestnuts we planted last year. They're not looking the best. The sun has just about baked everything this year, but there's a plane going over about the time I'm filming. Must be wanting to get some hints on how to plant this food plot. But that's what we're going to try to get in for the hurricane gets here. I don't know how far it's going to come in coast. They said we might get a lot of rain. We might not get anything, but you know, at least it is a chance of rain. But There's a little bit of remnants of some clover is in here, but we'll get her tilled in good today. Like I said, we did what they call a top kill on this. We missed a few spots. That's nothing the time we till it in, but we got the rear tine tiller on. Someone's gonna ask why I got the plate off. Why we do that sometimes when it's this hot is it helps keep the tractor from overheating and all this dust and stuff. Got one side on, one side off, and that thing, you got to run it at 2,500 RPMs to make it work. But I tell you what, this little Massey Ferguson tractor, if you guys are looking for a good tractor, I mean, there's a lot out on the market, but she's getting close to 1,400 hours on her now, and she runs like a top. She might tear up in a day or two, but she's been a good tractor. And I bought that with my own money. It's no one give me nothing. So, and this, we rebuilt this tiller here. It's 15 years old, I think now. I just got through rebuilding it, and it's doing a really good job. But like I said, we're going to get out here before it gets too hot. It's hot right now, but it's supposed to be in the upper 90s again today. It was 91 yesterday. Humidity is crazy. So let's get started before it gets too hot. All right, I wanted a minute to cool off, and as you can see, it's looking pretty good. This field's got really good soil in it, but it's just full of rocks. And every year as we till up here at the top here, more you till and work it and plow it, the rocks just keep rolling downhill. And you get down here at the bottom, it looks like a paved parking lot down here. There's so many gravel. So eventually I'm gonna be trying to find a rock rake. If there's any companies out there that you recommend that make a good rock rake, let us know. We got a couple that we're looking at, but you know, we'd like to take our viewers' advice if they've got experience. But you can see the organic matter. They got all kinds of it. You can see it right here. That's from all the wheat and rye and clover over the years. And we just keep bush hogging it and bush hog, letting it build up, and then we come through and till it. So it'll have, you know, get down in the soil, hold moisture when it does rain, and keeps your fields from eroding. And then you got to, you have to hold your seed in here in place. But here's a better shot of it. This is what we have done, and this is what we got to go. So it's just getting so hot out here. I doubt we'll be able to put the seed down till this evening, but I just wanted to show you where we was at. I'm gonna get off here real quick and as you can see out here, we got a major rock problem. I mean, it just piles and piles up over here. Over the years, when we bought this farm years ago, they used to tobacco farm all this. This was a tobacco field. And as they plowed and disked and whatever they done, all the rocks just keep rolling downhill. And over here and there where the tractor is, a big old pile of rocks where they piled out of the field. But you can just see it's just like, it's almost as if they make their own rocks. I swear it is. And when you think it looks bad right now, you gotta wait until it rains on it. It'll look like a paved parking lot out here. So, but my little granddaughter, she wants to come and help Papa pick up some rocks. She's 7 years old, so she likes to do this stuff. She thinks it's fun now. She ain't figured out that it's work yet, but I wanted to let you see what we're working with. Like I said, this soil is wonderful soil. I've been working on it for about 26, 27 years now, building this soil up, and the soil's really rich, but the main problem is we got to deal with a lot of rock, and it's limestone rock. So I mean, it's rough on the tiller tines, but also it does help balance out the pH, grinding up some of this. But that's what we're working with. We just wanted to show you. All right, as you can see behind me, we got her done. I'm trying to stand in a little bit of shade right now. It's just so hot you can't hardly stand it. It's got to be up in the 90s already. But we got her done. I'm not going to put no seed down right now. I said it ain't no use of putting it down, letting it bake in the sun today. Probably come back this evening and put it down, and after it cools down, and drag the field. But this is where we're at for now, and hopefully we'll see you later this evening if nothing else happens. All right, it's cooled down some. We got a little cloud cover come over, so we're going to try to take advantage of it. It's a little bit later in the evening. Try to get this seed put down, because it's been so hot. I'm afraid this seed's going to bake They done changed the weather on us twice now. They told us it was going to rain Wednesday. Now they're saying Friday. So we got to get the seed down one way or the other. We just got to see if we're going to get the rain. So we don't know yet, but we're going to get it put in, and that's all we can do at this point. So, you know, you got to want to plant when there's rain in the forecast. We got this big hurricane brewing, so we don't know if we're going to get any rain from it or a whole lot of rain from it. So, but like I said, we're just trying to get this going. All right. All right, we're going to be putting the Country Boy Trophy Rack Deer blend mix in this field here. This is one of our top rated fields on the farm. A lot of them do good, but this one, it drains good. It's got really good soil. And like I said, we tried this last year. It was right in the middle of that drought. We didn't get to see the full potential of it. It did good for the drought, but hopefully we're going to get some adequate rain and we can see what it does, so we can bring more information over to you guys. So, you know, if we recommend it, it's good because we tested all. That's all we need to let you know is we do honest reviews, and if we try something, if it does good, if it does adequate, if it does superb, we're going to tell you. So, like I said, this is what we're using here, and we're going to get started while we got this cloud cover. And what I'll do here in a little while is I'll read you everything that's in here. Well, I can do it right now. Okay, it's called Trophy Rack Fall and Winter Deer Mix. It has rye, Australian winter peas, oats, buckwheat, rape, purple top turnips, white Burmese clover, Valencia clover. So it's got a pretty good blend in it. You're not going to have to worry about the buckwheat in it because we're so late in the year. You won't have time to mature to put on seed, and then the deer like to eat on it, and it'll give the bees a late winter source of pollen. So we like to take care of the bees and the deer at the same time. So we're going to get started here. There's what she looks like. Good mixture of peas and everything in there. You can see everything. So I'll just donate that. Pour more on the ground than I am in. Ain't no wonder I cut my sack. Try this again. Hey, Gavin, you ought to know, here comes the sun again. We're going to be using this Champion cedar. I had ordered a solo cedar. Somehow I got a Champion cedar, but I don't know. It does pretty good, but I really would have liked to try the solo. I've heard a lot of good stuff about the solo cedar, and I like to try it out for myself, so if I can recommend it for you. This does a pretty good job. Sure beats that little handheld one I use. So, well, let's get started though. It's getting so hot again, you can't stand it again. Thought we was gonna meet this. Well, everybody, we got her done. It was hot though, I'll tell you what. We tried to wait till later up in the day. Cloud cover come over and we thought, wow, we got it made. We're gonna jump out here real quick and put this seed down. About the time we got out here, it come back out, and then now it's so hot you can't stand it. I got sweat running down places I didn't know I had. But like I said, we planted this last season. The day we planted it, we got a little rain, which actually was a bad thing because it made the seeds germinate. The next couple of days they started coming out, but it got hot for weeks, up in the high 80s and into the 90s, and it just totally baked every food plot we had. And to give credit where credit due, the trophy rack blend was the only food plot that made it last year. We did sow some after later on in the season, but excuse me, a crimson clover and stuff to have a spring plot, and we may put up a picture of what it turned out like. It turned out beautiful, and that's what this field was planted in, with all clover. We tilled it all in, and I tell you what, if you can see, sweat's pouring off me. It's just majorly, the humidity's through the roof. But just want to let you guys know what we were doing. If you can, go down there and subscribe. It doesn't cost you anything to subscribe. We have people comment they thought when they subscribed, they had to pay for a subscription. Doesn't cost a thing to do it, you know. And give us a like and comment. Tell us what you like about what we're doing. What else you would like to see. We're going to do some we're going to do some stuff a little bit later on how to enhance your mineral sites for more mineral take up, and we'll get into that more when we start doing the video on it. But just want to thank everybody for watching Outdoor Country Adventures. Hope we're showing stuff that you like to watch, and I try not to make it boring, but I want to let you see what goes into doing one of these food plots if you do it correctly. And it's a lot of work, and but it's worth the reward. So we'll see you next time, and God bless everybody.